Something you're always warned against by other players when playing EarthBound is to not max out Ness to level 99 before the late game. Oh, and I guess before we go any further, yeah, this video is going to have major EarthBound spoilers, so beware. Anyway, after completing all 8 Sanctuary locations, you're brought to Magicien, where at the end of the area you're given a massive buff across all of your stats, particularly in the hit point and psychic point stats. But legend has it if Ness is level 99 during the Magicien boost, it won't happen, and you'll effectively miss out on a really cool part of the game in terms of gameplay and story. Over the years though, I must admit, I've never actually seen this happen myself. Back in 2021, I did the 1 in 128 challenge where I got all the rare item drops, and was certain that I'd hit level 99 before Magicien with it being so late in the game and having to get tens of items with a less than 1% drop rate before that. But alas, I somehow squeezed by, still able to get it. Looking back, I wish I'd made a save state to see what actually happens. As I've looked, and as far as I know, there doesn't seem to be a video on YouTube of missing out on the Magicien bonus, or at least one that I could find. This isn't to say I didn't believe people when they told me that this would happen, but just a morbid curiosity of seeing that pain unfold. So I decided to do it myself, and now I'll be showing you how I did it and what happens. In regards to how I did it, it seems pretty obvious, right? You just get to level 99 before the bonus, right? Well, yeah. But there's a sort of art to screwing yourself, and I found an excellent way to max Ness's level quickly and efficiently. The first thing I did was murder all of my friends. Hold on, hear me out. I'm a normal guy, and this was a perfectly rational thing to do. When fighting battles, the experience point yield you receive is actually only a fraction of the actual amount you've earned. When you have more than one party member, the ones that can actually level up that is, the experience is split as evenly as possible between them, meaning the XP you see as them being earned is actually anywhere between 1/2 to 1/4 of how much you've actually won. This is pretty standard in most JRPGs, and is to make it so that the party can grow evenly throughout the game, with no one man having all that power. This rule, however, is somewhat bypassed if any of the party members are dead. Basically, if you had Ness and Paula in the party and were fighting some enemies but Paula fell unconscious, the XP yield would no longer be split between them, as unconscious party members don't receive any XP in EarthBound. This doesn't mean that XP is just lost though, instead it all goes to Ness, doubling how much you would have normally gotten in this scenario. This is also why it sucks when party members die during battles like boss fights, since it ends up putting them much further behind than even usual, since much more XP is going to the other party members. All of this to say, we must kill our friends. It's the moral option. Luckily, there's a swamp nearby where no one will ever find the bodies. In Deep Darkness, there are plenty of enemies that can swiftly put an end to their lives in a variety of ways. Having only Ness will effectively quadruple his experience point yield per battle. Once the bodies are disposed of, it's on to phase 2, committing genocide. Again, this is the right thing to do. And I'm a normal, rational person.
What do you think, I'm insane? You think there's something wrong with me?
And once again, luckily there's a group to eradicate nearby. Just teleport to Tenda Village, which you'll need to do a teleport alpha by the way, since Pooh is you know. Also an interesting thing, if you bonk while a party member is a ghost, they still get pitch black and covered in soot. Back at Tenda Village, descend down the rope to the Lumine Hall dungeon. In the second room, you can easily spawn large groups of Fobbies that can be easily taken care of. Without a second thought, I reiterate, this is all for the greater good. Once you get the hang of making those Fobbies blood orange, you'll be at level 99 in no time.
There's nothing offensive about genocide.
Only thing to do now is to get to Magicien. Easy enough, defeat the remaining bosses, watch the cutscene, and boom, you're there. And may I just say, it was delightful turning all of the enemies on the way to the Sea of Eden into piles of mashed potatoes beyond recognizability. Just before the boss, these were my stats. Doing this doesn't actually change anything about the boss itself, except make it pathetically easy, as I'll show you the whole boss fight here. Once Ness's nightmare is defeated, it's time to reap our lack of benefits. The following cutscene plays out mostly the same, but strangely enough, you do still get a stat boost, as Ness tapping into each sanctuary location still gives him buffs to pretty much all of his other stats, except for HP and PP. After this, you receive your usual 200,000 experience points, which hilariously they just kind of move on from to him learning Teleport Beta. Yeah, under normal circumstances here, you'd get an individual boost to your HP and PP when reaching the next level from these experience points, with those buffs being in the 1 to 200s range. From there, everything else plays out the same. These were my stats before and after the fact, so all in all, you still get the boost somewhat, you just miss out on the ones that, matter. I've uploaded the cutscene unedited to my second channel if you'd like to see it uninterrupted. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later. Tonight.